So I'm going to start the meeting. Do you know if we're waiting for anyone else to come? I know Bill's absent today. It's 2:02 and I'm going to start the Special Events Advisory Committee meeting. And we have to read my little legal language here. This meeting is recorded by video and audio in accordance with the state open meeting law. Pursuant to section 20 of chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation. Additionally, all votes taken by the Special Events Advisory Committee during this and future remote meetings will be by roll call vote. If you're calling in on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you're watching on a computer, there is a raised hand button that you need to tap or press to request to speak. Please use either of these options during oral communications to be recognized to speak. There is a quorum. I'm going to introduce the members present at this meeting. We have Joanne Sino, City Clerk, Tom Sayers, Fire Inspector, Brian Muman, Food Inspector, Chad Johnson, Assistant Harbor Master, Assistant Deputy Police Chief, Joe Fitzgerald, Assistant DPW Director, Mark Cole, and Community Development Director, Joe Cahill. Okay, there are two items on the agenda. I just want to tell you that there's a typo. The approval of the August minutes is August 5th and not August 2nd. And also there's a duplication on one of the special events for the autism surf camp. It's on number 2 and number 9. So that's my error on that. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of the August 5th, 2021 meeting minutes. Does anybody have any comments or any revisions need to be made? Or can I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of August 5th, 2021. Meeting minutes.
Second, the meeting minutes.
Okay, so there's a motion and the second roll call vote, and I'm not going to go in any particular order. It's whoever I see on the screen. Tom Sayers,
Yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Muman.
I wasn't at the meeting.
Okay, so you're recused. Okay, Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Jill Cahill.
I recused. I was not at the meeting.
You are not at the meeting. So we have 5 in favor and 2 recused, so the motion passes. Okay, next item on the agenda is the special events application. Event number 2139, Autism Surf Camp. Request to change the event date from September 11th to the 12th to September 18th with a rain date of September 19th at Good Harbor Beach. We approved this, the September 11th, 12th dates at our last meeting on August 5th. The requester has gotten in touch with the DPW, and it seems like there was some conflict in logistics for that weekend. So he's requesting that we approve the dates of September 18th with the rain date of September 19th. Anybody have any comments on that? Seeing none or hearing none, could I have a motion?
Motion to approve the date change for special event Autism Surf Camp from September 11th and 12th to September 18th with a rain date of September 19th, 2021 at Good Harbor Beach.
Second.
Second in.
Okay, the motion been made in second. So the roll call, Tom Sayers,
Yes.
Luann Sinos, yes. Brian Newman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Bill Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Jill Cahill.
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, the next is special events, application 2148, the Wanderlust Ball on November 6th at the Glen T. McLeod KPM YMCA at 7 Gloucester Crossing Road. And we have Mr. Avila here representing for the application. Does anybody have any questions, or would you like him to just give us a little overall of the event? Okay, so Mr. Avila, why don't you just give us a little overall of the event? Nobody's really asking anything, but we can just go over the times and what you're planning on doing.
Sure. So we're planning on holding our annual gala at the new Glen T. McLeod YMCA located at 7 Gloucester Crossing Road. The event is going to start at 6 and go through 11 p.m. We are expecting about 500 people to attend the event. It will be catered by Tim Hopkins. We're planning on having a couple of outdoor tents, one for valet parking and the other for an outdoor kitchen. And then we're going to transform our gymnasium into a function hall. That's essentially it.
Okay. I think I spoke to you, did that Tim Hopkins have one of those state licenses that he
He
can?
does. Yes, I'm sorry I
alcohol?
didn't respond. Yes, he does.
Okay, that's okay. I think.
And I saw Tom's question about the propane, and we will be filing for a permit for the propane.
Okay. And I think for the tents, you would have to go through the building inspector's office for a tent permit.
Okay,
And I'm not sure if Bill has seen that application. I know he's absent from this meeting. And also, I believe he requests that you just reach out to the licensing board to advise them that Mr. Hopkins does have a state license in order to serve the alcohol. They just like to be aware of that, but you don't have to appear before them. So you can reach out to Allison Battle in the building inspector's office. She's
Okay.
the licensing board. Okay, does anybody else have any other questions?
Just one question. So Peter, you can just apply for that temporary propane, right? The same online permitting. And
yeah,
if
I
you
had a
have any
question
questions, yeah.
regarding that. Should the YMCA be applying for that, or should the caterer apply for that?
That's up to you guys. That's up to
Okay.
you. Depends on if you want to pay it or you want them to pay it, or
Okay.
it depends on how much propane they're bringing, but I'm probably gonna have to come anyway and look at it. So usually
Okay.
if they're gonna set up an outdoor kitchen, they're gonna want a permit anyway. So you might want to reach out to them and say, hey, we gotta get a permit for the propane so the fire inspector can check it out. Do you guys want to do that or whatever? Either way,
Okay.
or give me a call if you have any questions. We'll work it out. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
And this is gonna go from 6 p.m. to midnight, did you say?
Typically 11 p.m. Might go a little bit later, 11:30.
Okay. Okay.
Peter, one other question. What's the occupancy for that building? Is it?
Total
Fine.
occupancy for the building is 1,178.
Oh, okay. So you have plenty within that. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. That's fine. All right. Just double check and make sure you didn't need a crowd manager or anything like that. So, all right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from any other members of the committee? Comments? No? Okay, seeing none, do I have a motion?
Motion to accept the special events application Wonderlust Ball on November 6th, 2021 at the Glen T. McLeod YMCA, 7 Gloucester Crossing.
Second,
We have a motion, we have a second, roll call vote. Tom Sayers,
yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Newman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Joe Cahill.
Yes.
So the motion passes 7 favors, 0 opposed. So your application is still, I believe, with some of the department heads' approval. So once everything is all set, then I will release it for final approval way ahead before your event, and you will see that and you can print out the permit.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, next item on the agenda is special events application 2149, Magtober Harvest Festival on October 10th, 2021 on Lexington Avenue. Hi, Lana.
Hi. How are you?
Good, and you? And who do you have with you?
This is Kylie Davis. She's a fellow board member on the Magnolia Library Board. And
Okay,
she's been working with me to collaborate this event with both the Magnolia Library and the Magnolia Community Farmers Market.
okay. So just give us a little overall. I think the committee has seen your application, but just give us a little overall so we can have it on record.
So the farmers market permit that we have for Lexington Avenue extends to October 10th already, as it stands just for a farmers market on the street. And seeing as how we had such a successful summer and our vendors worked really, really hard this year, and I think the community of Magnolia kind of needs a party. We thought that maybe we could turn it into more of a fall festival for our final market rather than just a farmer's market. In addition to that, the Magnolia Library is in the midst of a capital campaign where we are attempting to raise $75,000 for the building so that we can reside the building on Lexington Ave. The idea, because Magnolia, is to join forces and have a fall festival on Lexington Avenue in place of a standard farmer's market on a Sunday, spanning from, what do we say, 11 to 5 p.m. The overall scope of the idea is to operate a beer garden. We have 3 bands that are interested in joining. We have 4 food vendors. 2 of them are food trucks. 2 of them are local vendors who already operate under the scope of the Magnolia Community Farmers Market. The additional piece of this puzzle is that City Councilor Sean Nolan has a contact in a local antique car club, and he is going to have local guys who own antique cars pull together a car show. So half of the street of our closure would be bands and food and sitting and dancing, and the other half of the closure would be an antique car venue.
Another part of it that's important is it's a collaboration between the Magnolia Community Farmers Market, the Magnolia Library, and the Cape Ann Makers Market. With quite a few of the vendors who will be coming here for this event, particularly one of the food trucks, as well as the mobile beer garden, donating a proceeds of their earnings back to the Magnolia Library. So there's a lot of local nonprofit fundraising going on in the background, as well as having sort of a community morale event here. It's free to attend for anybody. The antique car show will be a really big draw, and that will be really a focus in the earlier hours, and then in the later hours will be when the music is, and later hours being 4 o'clock. The event ends at 5.
So on the game details, you be charging for the games, or is it donation type thing?
No,
No.
we don't really have any games lined up. If we have anything, it's just free for kids to play.
I think games in general, we're looking at giant Connect 4, a cornhole set.
Yeah.
We're not talking like organized vendor games. We're just street games where you can kind of, hold your beer, toss a cornhole within the beer garden. Kids can play with sidewalk chalk, and I have a giant Jenga, things like that. Just activities more rather than organized games.
No fee-based games are
Correct.
being requested at this time or are on our list of would like to do.
Okay. Any of the committee members have any questions, comments?
Just a reminder of the food trucks, Butter Your Biscuit and forget the other one,
Sacred Cod.
the Sacred Cloud. Haven't heard from them yet.
Okay.
I don't get worried until 2 weeks before, so plenty of time. So,
Yep, they've been reminded of it and both got back to us and said, it's on our list, we will do it.
no problem.
I know just from working with them so far, they're both very familiar with having to deal with local health departments to get the proper permitting. So I hope that they would not wait the 2 weeks prior to give you plenty of time in advance. But it is on their list of things to do and both seem really confident that it's not a concern, you know what I mean, to work with you to get the proper permitting.
I won't start worrying until the 30th because everything can be done online now. So not too
Right.
worried.
I'll worry
I
much
appreciate
before
that.
that, so don't
The
you
only
worry.
thing we're doing different because we're trying to watch overtime. I'm not going to be there that day. We're going to ask them for, just so they're prepared, when they submit the application, we want a copy of their most recent inspection from their local health department.
Okay.
Or they're going to have to bring their trucks to our site during business hours for the city to be inspected on site.
Okay.
Just to, because Sundays are expensive. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this matter would have to go to the planning and development because usually your farmer's market was only till I think about noon time or 1 o'clock, I can't remember, but you're extending the street closure from 11 to 5. So it'll be on the city council meeting of September 15th for referral out to P&D. And P&D will take it up on September 22nd, but we will contact you anyway and send you an invite for that. The other thing is, what do they do with the brewing? Do they go to the licensing board for a liquor license?
So they have started the process. I've been in
Okay.
contact with the gentleman from Notch. He's having a little bit of trouble navigating, getting in touch with all of the individual departments that he needs to get signatures for. So any guidance on that? I mean, is that something I can help him with? Like, do I
I know-
literally go to the fire department to get the signature or, okay,
He's coming to our office tomorrow at 11 for our signature. So he's got that one at least.
okay, he is coming tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
And-
on the fire department, I think he called and someone called, left a message. And he can, whenever he wants, I can get in touch with him, pretty much.
okay. Yeah, he said he's been trying to get in touch with people. This is his first time navigating a Gloucester one. So he definitely is pulling the permit and is working on getting the signature. So
Right.
he's a pretty proactive guy. So I'm glad to hear he'll be at the health department tomorrow. And maybe I can assist him in getting in touch with anybody else that he needs to. Is email a good way to get in touch with you to set up a time to come in?
Headquarters, returning in service.
For the fire department, no, I mean, he can come almost Monday through Thursday, anytime, from 7 to 5. I'm usually close enough that I can get back and sign it.
Okay,
I'm off tomorrow, or I would have met up with him, over at the DPW, with these guys, but, and the one other thing is the propane permits. I'm waiting to see what Brian has to say about the trucks. We're trying to figure out so we can figure out the propane, because they probably don't have more than 100 pounds, so it probably won't be a big deal. And if they're all basically food trucks, and the other two are vendors for the city, so we're probably gonna be fine with all that. And
great,
if
thank
you're-
you.
And if anything, I'll just reach out to them
Okay.
individually. All right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Joe, would they need to hire a detail if they have a beer garden?
Not necessarily. When it goes
Okay.
in front of the licensing board, if they make some certain recommendations, maybe we'd have to have them hire detail. But I think as it stands right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be a very rowdy event that would require a detail at this point.
Okay.
And we did already set up an account with Julie Amaral at the police station. So in the case that it is required to get a detail, we're ready. She told me we don't have to get it on the schedule until about 24 hours before.
Right.
And just to call the police station directly. So
Yeah,
we're
and
all
we
set
have,
as far as
we have a
that.
representative on the licensing board for the police department, so I would seek some guidance from them and see what they think.
Great.
On that.
Yeah, we're ready to pull the trigger if that's something
Okay.
that we're required to do for that.
Thank you.
And Mr. Fitzgerald, as far as the police station goes, what's the best way for the fella from Notch to get you guys for a signature for their one-day license?
If he wants to give me a call or send me an email, it's like all the other city emails. That's probably the best way. It's J Fitzgerald and then the familiar ending of it, Gloucester-ma.gov. Yeah, that's
Okay,
probably the
great.
best way to make arrangements. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. They're really important to our event, not just for the social aspect for it, but they're donating $1 for every single beer sold to the library. So I really want to get them here.
Right.
Because that
right.
could be a huge amount of money for us. So
Yep.
I'm willing to hold his hand as much as I need to get those signatures.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, any other questions from any other committee members? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve the special events application Megtober Harvest Festival on October 10th, 2021 on Lexington Avenue, Magnolia.
Second,
Motion made in second, roll call vote, Tom Sayers,
yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Muellman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Joe Cahill.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes 7 in favor, 0 opposed. So what will happen is for the P&D, our clerk of committees, Sherry Carvillas, will be send you an invite for that meeting on September 22nd. And she'll probably do that closer to a week before the 22nd for P&D, okay?
Is that via Zoom as well, or do we need to appear?
No, right now we're all Zoom. We're all Zoom right now. We're trying to get the logistics in City Hall to be in person. So it'll probably a Zoom meeting.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you guys all so much. We really appreciate it. We're really excited to make this happen.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Mr. Avila? Okay, I just want to say, if he's still here, he doesn't need to stay for the meeting if he's all set.
He left. I told him he didn't have to stay.
Oh, is he up? Because his name is still up, that's why. Okay. All right, so you're all set. Okay, the next item is the special events application 2150 First Responders Appreciation Barbecue on September 14th at the Campbell Funeral Home, 61 Middle Street. This I didn't ask for the applicant to appear because this was taken over by the former owner of the funeral home. And I think it's an annual thing that everybody, well, some of the older, not older, I'm sorry. Some of the, city employees, first responders that have been around, okay? So I didn't feel that she needed to, the application was self-explanatory. So does anybody have any comments on that?
I was just looking at it. I'm one of those older people, I think, like you.
I'm sorry.
That has been to that many times.
Okay.
And I noticed a few people had questions and I could probably answer some of them. What was the question? There was no, they don't charge for it. I think that was one of the ones that Bill
Yeah.
asked. And Brian, the food, they just cook it on their own grill and just, it's hamburgers, hot dogs.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, and it's really nice. The people
Eat at your own risk.
absolutely, we invite he invites everybody.
Oh, that sounds great.
People from everywhere, so it's kind of nice. It's actually, they did it, started a few years ago, and everyone really likes it. So I know the mayor comes over, all the different people from City Hall, anyone's invited. All the police officers come, firefighters, If you walk up off the street, he'll give you a hamburger, you know. It's a nice thing they do. That's all I have to say.
Okay, any other comments or questions on this application? Okay, could I have a motion, please?
A motion to accept the application for First Responders American Barbecue, Appreciation Barbecue on September 14th, 2021 at Campbell Funeral Home, 61 Middle Street, Gloucester.
Second,
Okay, motion been made in second, roll call vote, Tom Sayers,
yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Muellman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Jill Cahill.
Yes.
Motion passes 7 in favor, 0 opposed, and 1 absent, Bill's absent. So the next event is event number 2151, the Pocket Museum opening on September 25th at Lanes Cove. Mark, I did not ask the applicant to come because I thought it was just sort of like a cut and dry application. So I don't think there's any concern about that, is there?
I know of, I was a little concerned about parking, but he said they're gonna advertise pretty much just in Lanesville, and it'll be mostly people walking down from Lanesville that are gonna go, so
Okay,
I don't have any other concerns.
okay, all right. So on that, so any other comments on this? No? Okay, so could I have a motion?
A motion to accept the special events application. Pocket Museum opening on September 25th, 2021 at Lanes Cove.
Second,
Okay, motion been made in second, roll call vote, Tom Sayers,
yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Muellman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Joe Cahill.
Yes.
Motion passes 7 in favor, 0 opposed. So now the next event, the special events application 21-52 Schooner Festival cannon firing on September 4th and 5th with a rain date of the 6th at Stage Fort Park. I'm a little confused on this one.
I-
Okay, all right. So I just want to say I'm confused because he put in an application. I talked to Dave Benjamin, talked to Dave Dowd, the mayor. I went on vacation, then I received a call, and a message was left from David Benjamin that they don't need this approval. So then I saw an email from Bill saying, Tom, you know about this and you know what to do. So can you just update us?
Yes, so it got a little screwed up with Saturday is the fireworks with a rain day on Sunday, which was the day the cannon firing is on Sunday. There is no rain date for the cannon firing actually, so
Okay,
we went back and forth. I talked to everybody and then they were gonna stop. They were gonna just pull out of the cannon firing. So I went and talked to everyone, got it worked out. It looks like the weather's gonna be great this weekend, so it won't matter. But if it isn't, Saturday's fireworks, if they get canceled, are going to be on Monday, Labor Day.
and not on Sunday.
And not on Sunday. Sunday is gonna be for the cannon firing only in the Schooner Festival.
Okay,
And it worked out. David was gonna pull out of, they weren't gonna do it. So I went and talked to everybody and got everyone to agree. So Sunday is only the day for the cannon firing. And Saturday will be the fireworks, and if they can't have them, they'll have those on Monday, which was their second rain date, so. But as of right now, everybody is somewhat happy, and we're gonna have the whole event go off this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And everything should be great,
okay,
as far as I know.
okay. So on this application, it's only for September 5th to fire the cannon, correct?
Yes, and the fire department has given David Dow a permit only to fire the cannon on September 5th anyway. So
Okay.
he didn't, they may have been a little confusion because I don't think he didn't do the application. He can only fire the cannon on Sunday, the 5th. At
Okay.
midnight, his application is expired.
Okay.
And there was a little more confusion about the cannon, whether or not it was going to be there. The cannon is going to be brought in on Sunday, set up, fired all day, and then they're going to actually remove the cannon and bring it back to this storage facility where they keep it.
Okay. All right.
And at least from the fire department standpoint, we're perfect. Everything is perfect with his application. And he has all the permits and approvals.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I mean, talking to David this week, he goes, no, the mayor said we don't have to have a permit and everything. I said, well, they already did a special events permit, so we should just approve it for that day. Change the dates and just approve it for that day. There was a question on liability and the mayor's office said they were going to give me a memo and I don't have that. So I'm just telling the committee right now, I don't have a memo for the liability insurance to fire the cannon. So, and I was told by the mayor's office that we would have that memo, but as of today, I do not have it. So, okay, so do we, as a committee, do we just want to approve this application? Because if not, it'll just be hanging out in limbo there and just approve it for September 5th.
I'm gonna make the motion to approve it for September 5th only, and I'm also gonna add pending proof of the insurance liability memo from City Hall, just to cover us on the vote.
Okay, all right.
So I'll make a motion to accept special events application Schooner Festival Cannon Fire on September 5th, 2021, with no rain date at Stage Fort Park, pending a letter from the administration with liability insurance covered.
Okay.
I will second that.
Okay, so a motion's been made in second. Roll call vote, Tom Sayers,
Yes.
Joanne Sinos, yes. Brian Newman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
and Joe Cahill.
Yes.
Motion passes 7 favor, 0 opposed, and 1 absent. Okay. All right, so the next application is a special events application 2153 for the Cape Ann Museum Historic Dogtown, a walk back in time on October 2nd, October 16th, November 7th at Dogtown Commons. As you recall, they previously came before us for events, I believe, in September. So I did not ask the applicant to appear at this meeting because it seems like the other event went off without any issues. And it's the same exact thing that they've asked for previously. Anybody have any comments or questions on that? Okay.
Are the 3 dates rain dates, or is it happening on those 3 different dates?
No, those are on 3 different dates.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Nope, they're 3 different dates. So, okay, so seeing no other comments, could I have a motion?
Make a motion to accept special events application Cape Ann Museum Historic Dogtown, a walk back in time on October 2nd, October 16th, and November 7th, 2021 at Dogtown Commons.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, Tom Sayers,
Yes.
Joanne Sinos. Yes. Brian Newman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Where is
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole,
Yes.
Joe Cahill. Joe? Jill, are you still with us? I guess she must be having difficulty. I can't hear her.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay,
I am.
thank you. Okay. Motion passes 7 in favor, 0 opposed. And like I said, the last item is a duplicate of the first item. I have to apologize. I'm in the election mode right now, so I have, I'm going in different directions right here. So on that, our next meeting is October 2nd, and right now we have 2 applications that will be bringing forward. I think we have to wait for Bill to come back before you're going to see them, because Bill has been on vacation. And also, I'm not sure whether we should put it on this meeting or on a November meeting. There are some issues with this viewpoint that I'm seeing. Like a lot of, requests for rain dates, multiple rain dates. So I'm just wondering if we want to talk to Vicky to see if it's just, they're just able to put one rain date in instead of 2 or 3 on there. Also, the matter of maybe we approve it, and then after they come back and change it, how do we want to handle that? Do we do it the way we are? So there's a lot of things that, that I've encountered on my end, which is causing me to have a lot of work to do on these applications, especially when I found out that if an applicant makes a mistake, I'm the only one that can go in and change it, me or Bill, on the application. So do we want to put that on our October 7th meeting or our November meeting?
The October meeting. Let's get it
Okay.
covered.
Okay, we'll do October, because then after on the 4th, November 4th, that's 2 days after the election. I don't know what condition I'll be in. So I'd rather have a clear mind in speaking on this, but I have a punch list of things that I've come across. And so I just want to discuss it with the committee to see how we can rectify it or make it a little bit easier for me and maybe the applicant also. We have tons of calls that I field. People don't know how to do the application. They can't upload something. And once they put something in, like I said, I have to go in and correct it. So that is something I like to address with the committee and to see what the guidelines on what we could do, and maybe have Vicky change it that it'll only take 1 rain date and not multiple rain dates on one event. The Harbor Loop concerts are different, and also Antonio Gentile Bandstand con, it's a little different. They would have to put in multiple rain dates on that. So, okay, so that's all I have to say right now. Anybody else want to bring anything up? No? Okay, so could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All right, so motions are made in second. Roll call, Tom Sayers.
Yes.
Joanne Cheatham, yes. Ryan Muellman,
Yes.
Chad Johnson,
Yes.
Joe Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mark Cole. Okay, we are adjourned. Jill has signed off, so motion to adjourn passes. Thank you. I'll see you next time.